threes. No raise. And I'll check. I kinda think this guy has a pair and is waiting for someone to bet into it. I kinda picked up a little bit of a timing tell on him there. On you can go back and watch the video on when the flop came out. He I don't know. He timed a little bit. It was just a little strange to me. He thought for a minute before he checked. I mean, that's possible. He could have been distracted in real life. But generally his actions are right away, right off the bat. Almost like he's presetting his actions. So the fact that it took him a second to check there almost makes me think that he might have hit something. I mean, it's not a definite tell. It's just something I picked up. It was only like a second or two longer than he usually takes to make his decisions. I may not necessarily be right, and I didn't get to see Showdown, so I couldn't confirm my belief. Suited King Deuce in the big blind with no raise. I have a pair. Now I have a 3 flush and a pair. You know what? I was going to mention it before, but he kind of timed again last time. He might have a jack though. I could draw a flush here. I do have a pair of deuces. So I have sevens and deuces with a king. I have a feeling I mean, my deuces is obviously no good. I would love to see at Showdown if my timing tell was right, which I'm not sure if it was, but if my timing tell was right, it would lead me to believe he had 7. 7 was top pair. He timed for a second and checked it, and then he had trip 7s and fired a big bet. Ten deuce, fold. Queen 5, big blind. Once again, a check to no raise. By them not raising my big blind, I'm getting in. I'm getting to see these flops. Even if they're junk cards, you don't know how well it's going to hit me. You don't know if it's going to miss me. I'm going to lead out here. It's possible. I was in big blind. I could have very well have had a 4. So I showed a bluff. This is the first bluff I've showed. I think that might actually even be the first actual bluff I made. But showed a bluff. So hopefully if I do hit hard, if I do get the nuts or a strong enough hand, because I think this guy was starting to not believe me earlier. So if I do hit a strong hand, I could possibly bet at it, make a decent size bet, and I might not get believed, which might get me paid off. On the button with the king queen, we'll throw a raise out, see if we can't get a fold. We're probably not going to get a fold. Okay, so we did get one fold. And I hit nothing. A 3 flush. A 4 flush. And now I have a king high. A pair of deuces with a king high. Just straight on the board. So I win. Ten deuce suited. Once again, no raises. I get in here. I get in here for free. So that was about the best case scenario I could wish for. I don't like all those diamonds on the board. I do like the ace. Hopefully someone has an ace, as long as they don't have ace 10 or ace deuce or ace jack. And hopefully that bluff I showed down before is going to get me paid off. Okay, so it's not very scary. We're going to bet pot. I did bluff before. I think he's trying to start not to believe me. He might have an ace. If he has an ace, that's good for me. I just won 134K. And I can pretty much, I mean, I'm not positive. I never saw his cards, but I can pretty much count that to the fact that I showed that bluff off. I was starting to get the feeling that he wasn't believing me before, because he called a couple big bets and went to the river with me and folded. So by showing that bluff down a couple hands ago, I think reaffirmed his belief that I was bluffing often. So then when I did hit hard, I was able to get him to pay me off. I am drawing at the second nuts flush here. 6, a 7-8 could give him a straight, but I could outdraw him here. And I have the second nuts flush, so I'm going to bet pot here. I think this guy has a straight. So unless he has an ace of diamonds with another diamond in his hand, I have the second nuts. 6, 7, 8. 8, 9 of diamonds. 6, 7, 8, 9 of diamonds. He could have a straight flush. I'm pretty sure I'm ahead here. And I called that. I called that 100% that he had a straight. So my chip stack has both these people dominated. I could literally just put them all in every hand at this point. I think what I'm going to do is let these two battle it out and just go directly and get into second place and then try to knock out the other guy. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that sort of stuff to happen. Suited 2-4, no raise. Love hands like this. So, did not improve. My best chance now would be to hit a 4. I have a dominating chip lead on them. Strategically, I probably should just be betting, raising the button at least every time. I have an ace, and I have a fairly big chip lead, so I will be kind of loose, try to steal these blinds. This guy only has 30k left. The pot's already practically 30k. I have an ace. I'm going to check. hopefully he's gonna push here. So, no more clubs. Fuck. I don't see anything wrong with what I just did.